Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my breakdown and in-depth thoughts on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. It dropped yesterday. If you haven't watched my reaction, you should check it out. I rarely get that passionate, and I almost was brought to tears by how awesome this trailer was. But before I give you guys my breakdown, definitely hit the like button, comment your thoughts on the trailer down below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. But without further ado, I'm going to play this in like 0.5, maybe even 0.75 speed, go over some key points and things I want to highlight, and even talk about some things that I missed in my reaction. So in this opening on the roof, I didn't notice this the first time I saw it, but the newspaper article that MJ's reading actually has a picture of both Ned and Peter's face on it. And it's talking about how their identity has been revealed to the world. And then, of course, Peter's talking about how I wish we could stay up here longer because it's so hectic down there. And then a moment that kind of broke the internet a little bit before we even got to the end of this trailer is everyone speculating, is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, going to show up in this trailer? The actor Charlie Cox has been rumored heavily to be showing up in No Way Home. So we get a shot of Peter where he's handcuffed to this desk. He's being questioned by what looks like just a random officer. And then we get a shot of a man slamming his hands down on a desk in front of Peter. He's wearing a white button down and a tie, which is some of the attire that we know Daredevil to wear from the show. I'm admittedly never seen the show Daredevil. I've seen clips. I gotta watch it before this comes out. Could it be him? Let me know in the comments down below if you think it is him. There's also an exterior shot of the character many people believe to be Daredevil walking. You can kind of see maybe he has his iconic shades on. And then again, I'm gonna pause right here. We see Peter and Ned walking, and there's a sign that says Devil in Disguise. Is Mephisto confirmed? I don't know, we're going to talk about that later. And it's also worth noting, my lovely lady friend Cam pointed this out, that the person behind MJ is actually Flash with blonde hair, and I would have never guessed that in a million years.
You know why I think his hair is blonde?
Why?
I think he went through an identity crisis when he found out that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
And then we see Peter and MJ on this bridge, and I'm assuming this is the climax of them swinging, trying to evade the law enforcement, and then they obviously are going to get caught, but that's probably going to be like the opening 5 minutes of the movie, probably even a cold open. And then again, we see both Ned and Aunt May getting questioned here. Who knows? And then Peter sees what looks like a Halloween decoration, but it looks very similar to a sorcerer, perhaps the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Doctor Strange. So then we do indeed see Peter walking up to the sanctum, but the sanctum inside looks a little weird. At first, you're like, is it dust? And then it immediately cuts to Strange at the top of the stairs, and it looks like snow, and Doctor Strange looks very chilled out. He's wearing a hoodie, a heavy winter coat, snow boots, and he's turning on the fire with what looks like a quick little spell. But I find this interesting. It seems a little out of character to me. I know some people disagree. Peter's talking about how can I fix my identity from being revealed to the world. And the way that Strange just so nonchalantly kind of brushes off Wong's advice to not do something that could be so catastrophic is a little out of character to me. I know my lovely lady friend Cam disagrees. Do you have any input on that? Cam cameo.
Everyone's saying Doctor Strange is acting out of character. I really don't think he is. Quite literally, in his first movie, he stole an Infinity Stone when he was explicitly told not to.
Fair. So then we get this quick shot of Peter running through what, in my opinion, is Feast, the organization run by Miles Morales' mother, and he's wearing his black suit, which many have speculated is going to be the suit he faces off against Electro in, and I think that's going to be the case as well. This shot of Peter and MJ is probably right near the beginning of the movie, right after his identity gets revealed. Would you look at that? Doctor Strange has the Eye of Agamotto, but is the Time Stone in it? Only time will tell. Then we get our man Wong warning Strange not to do what he's going to do. I don't know, I always love Wong, but it looks like he packs his bags and heads out of town, which I think is already a meme I've seen. And then we see both Doctor Strange and Peter heading down to what looks like underground beneath the sanctum, where Strange starts to put this spell to work, and Peter's freaking out. He's like, wait, I still want Ned to remember me, and MJ and Aunt May. And then it just seems like it goes awry. It seems like everything goes wrong. We don't know what happens. That's why, in my opinion, this could actually be a massive Mysterio illusion, and I think that would be the biggest, most clever twist in the entire MCU if they do that right. So my girlfriend Cam actually thought of that Mysterio theory, and I think that it's definitely could happen. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, but a lot of people are saying it could be Mephisto because Strange went ahead and did it by himself. I genuinely don't think it is Mephisto. So something definitely went wrong with that spell that Strange just cast. We don't know exactly what, but we can see here in some shots, it looks like we're in Doctor Strange, the way that everything's bending. I also love that it confirms this Christmas. This is where things get really interesting in this trailer. There's heavy speculation that the Sinister Six is being assembled, and if you see right here, that is likely electricity from Electro, and there's a massive sandstorm, which is sand. So that is 2 of the 6 members of the Sinister Six. Then we see Strange on a train. I have no idea where the hell they are. It's interesting that they're so far removed from New York, though. And then this is one of the more interesting shots in the trailer when Strange makes Peter go astral and knocks his soul out of his body. First of all, what the hell is Peter holding on to here? I have no idea. But if you look in the background, this is the same exact backdrop of the picture of both Strange and Peter when we see the truck that says Feast on it. So I'm thinking That truck in the background could be a Feast truck, and I think where we see Peter running earlier is definitely Feast, and I think Miles Morales will get introduced in this movie. And then, of course, we get this Iron Spider shot. I love that suit so much, but there's a lot to break down when it comes to the bridge scene. If you pay attention, I know my girlfriend Cam was pointing this out, to the orientation of the buildings and the orientation of the road signs, you can kind of put together the order of the events in which this unfolds. Now, this is where things start to scare me. We see Happy Hogan in a car, and there's a bunch of red dots on him. If they kill Happy, we riot. But to be completely honest with you, I think he will die because we need Peter to suffer in the MCU because he hasn't really suffered like the other two iterations of Spider-Man, so they could definitely off Happy Hogan here. This shot right here is also extremely intriguing where we see Peter and then we see a dark figure behind him, which many are speculating is a lizard, and I'm fully agreeing. There's a high-def picture. You can see a little tail slider, and it looks like a creature. My money's on Lizard here, which I'm not opposed to. Let's bring Lizard back and make him one of the Sinister Six. So far we've seen Lizard, Sandman, and Electro. Right here we have the other shot of Sandman, which confirms that is indeed Sandman. And at the bottom we see Peter in his black and gold suit, which I'm assuming has to do with the way he fights Electro. Again, that's what everyone speculated from the toy release and this trailer, but I'm fully in agreement with that. Now this is the moment in the trailer where I kind of just completely geeked out. We see a pumpkin bomb, which I'm gonna say right now, in the trailer action I called it a goblin ball. That's just what I've always called it my whole life. And of course people are like, oh, it's a pumpkin bomb, it's a pumpkin bomb. That's a fact. I was still stoked nonetheless, and I was so into it when I saw the little pumpkin bomb come out. I literally didn't even catch the fact that we hear Defoe's laughter in the background. I was so freaking hyped. I think I was yelling out at the moment. I'll put a clip here. Was that Electro? The yellow? Oh my god! But I was distracted. I didn't even catch the laugh. His laugh gives me chills. Can't wait to see Defoe in this movie. And then if you look at the orientation again, it's like there's shots pre-explosion, post-explosion, Spider-Man facing one direction, then another. If you piece this all together, I'm sure someone's made that edit. Like, they're definitely playing trailer trickeration here. Then we get the shot of Peter turning around. Who's the lady in the vehicle? I have no idea. If you guys know or think you know, let me know in the comments. And then the moment that broke the internet, we see Doc Ock's arm, leg, tentacle, whatever you want to call it, shoot out, confirming Doc Ock is in this movie. We knew he was, but this fully confirms it, and then we see it pull back. There's a ton of smoke. The background looks different to me, and we see Alfred Molina's de-aged Doc Ock. I can't wait to see this man on screen again, and that is going to be the fifth member because we saw Sandman, Electro, Lizard, Doc Ock, and Goblin. 5 Sinister Six members. We need one more, which we're going to talk about who I think that is in a second. I just feel like he could be talking to Tobey's Peter, which I know is the heavy theory, and I really do think that. My 2 cents is, how would he know that Tom Holland's Peter Parker is Peter Parker? It just doesn't make sense. Now, they could totally explain it in the movie. This could be a different version of Doc Ock from another branch of a multiverse. But to me, he's talking to Tobey Maguire. Prove me wrong. Comment who you think he's talking to down below. And then when it cuts, we see Peter Parker in what looks like an undamaged background. This shot is not going to follow Hello Peter, is what I'm trying to say. This is definitely earlier on because everything is undamaged and Peter is looking at obviously a threat. We don't know exactly what. This could be, these 2 scenes could be meshed together and actually take place in completely different portions of the movie because Marvel tends to do that. But I'd be lying if I said the suit up wasn't dope. It brought me back to Infinity War when Iron Man had the nano suit. And that's it. Spider-Man No Way Home, December 17th. Mark your calendars. I can't wait. But I want to talk about who I think that 6th member of the Sinister Six is. There's a lot of speculation it could be Vulture or Mysterio. I think it'd be really cool if it were to be Mysterio, and like my girlfriend Cam said, this whole thing's an illusion and he was behind it the whole time. That would be totally awesome to see. Bring Jake Gyllenhaal back to the MCU, but I'm also not opposed to Vulture. I've also heard speculation of maybe Rhino coming in, so I have no clue who it's going to be, but I know I'll be there opening night to find out who it is. This is one of the biggest trailers of our lives. I can't wait to keep rewatching it and analyzing it further and further. I can't wait for trailer 2. I think this trailer confirms 1,000,000% that Tobey and Andrew are showing up. Why have all the actors from the Amazing Spider-Man films and the Raimi trilogy come back to play these villains and not bring back the Spider-Man that carried those movies? It just doesn't make sense to me. I think it's time to see a live-action Spider-Verse movie. This is going to be that movie. This movie's going to shatter records. I'm absolutely stoked for it. Hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts / breakdown. Definitely hit that like button. Comment your thoughts on the trailer down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be covering No Way Home and Marvel for the rest of the year, for the rest of time, hopefully. So thank you all so much for being here, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.